is our first main topic today?
This comes to us from Eddie. Just finished watching House of the Dragon, episode 8. How does the show keep doing it week after week? The drama is insane. The characters keep getting more complex. When huge moments of action happen, they have huge importance to the story, and it just keeps getting more and more tragic. Did you guys see the episode? Obviously. And what did you think of it? Thanks.
All right, Eddie, thanks a lot for sending that in. And obviously, we're going to try to talk about this in some very non-spoilery ways. We're going to go more fully in depth of it, of course, later today on our House of the Dragon after show. Once again, that's going to be at 3 o'clock Los Angeles time. We hope you join us there. But all I could think of, without giving any away details, I really wish Ray was over last night because Damon maybe had his finest moment of the series, which was so incredibly badass. Again, another big time jump. And you know what? I have always loved Patty's playing Viserys.
Yeah.
You know, I've said before, they should have just renamed the show from House of the Dragon to How Life Shits on Viserys This Week.
Yeah.
Because that's all it is. It's just this dude always constantly trying to do what is right, trying to do the best he can, trying to do, best for his family and everything in the world. And like everything just always craps all over him. Life just craps on him week after week. And this week is no exception. But
it really looked like he had been crapped all over.
Yeah.
My God, his performance in this was just, his performances this whole series has been exquisite. This week, he just owned it. And I love him in this show. I mean, I just can't believe how much I love the show. I mean, all of us were asking, how is House of the Dragon going to be able to follow up Game of Thrones? Two questions. One, how's it going to be able to follow up Game of Thrones? Probably the most pop culturally successful show in history. And then for some people who didn't like the final season, how's it going to win them back over? And it's just crushed both of them. It's just absolutely crushed both of them. I cannot believe how good this has been. Again, Sapotnik said a few weeks ago that we're now getting into a transition where we're moving away from these characters we've known and putting a lot more focus on the children of these characters now. That's never been more obvious than this week, which was just, again, insane. The drama now we're seeing before them. How many more time jumps we have? I don't know. 2 episodes left. There we get a look at the brother asshole. And again, is it just me? Or is Aemond, the brother in the background, isn't he just Count Roshu from the Charlie Sheen Three Musketeers? He was also the sheriff's cousin. I'm talking about. You make that blonde hair dark, he looks just like the bad guy from Three Musketeers.
He's Crispin Glover with an eye patch.
And he looked 15 years older than his older brother.
Older brother is. Yeah, there was a little bit of that too. But I'll tell you what, you're right. There does not need to be action in this show for every scene to be thrilling and heart-pounding. The way they build the drama, the way they build the characters, the way they build the narrative. It's just, and you find yourself emotionally rooting for certain characters and for things to happen. And there's a moment between, again, I won't say what it was, but there's a moment between Rhaenyra and Alicent in this that you just felt like, yes, the world is good. And then life is going to shit on Viserys again one more time. The episode again, this episode was fantastic. I cannot believe how good the show is. Anyway, Chris, you had a chance to watch the new episode. What was your take on it?
Oh, the theme of House of the Dragon is we can't have nice things. We can't. I just felt like full Jim Carrey's Grinch at one point where I was just like, you're still living? What? How? This is a great episode, though. There's so much fun stuff happening. And a big thing that this does that Game of Thrones didn't is certain atrocities were front and center in Game of Thrones. And in this, we have taken a different lens. And I found that very, very interesting here. One of the very opening scenes of this episode that we'll get into later on today when we do our open spoiler discussion. The child actors, our grown-up set of actors are wonderful in this. They're really, really great. I can see how the story transitioning to them is going to work. I was very concerned about that moving forward but I'm so invested in like Rhaenyra. That's who I'm invested in. I don't give a shit about these kids, but now I do. And they did some really, really great stuff here. I'm interested to see how this all moves forward. Such a compelling thing. Once again, stairs are the enemy of everyone. I mean, great episode.
By the way, who is slowly turning into one of the most, when you look back at the very beginning of the show, we should have seen it coming, but somebody who's becoming one of the most important characters in the show, and I never know how to pronounce her name. It's not Rhaenyra, it's Rayna,
Rayna, yeah.
the queen that wasn't, that queen that never was. You're realizing more and more. She's like the whole, like,
she is
oh my
wonderful.
gosh,
she's playing the game well.
Yeah.
She's
trash.
She's trash.
Are you kidding? I stood up and cheered at a certain
doesn't
moment.
like Damon that much.
There's two people that make me feel uneasy. It's her and the brother with the patch on his eye.
Well, he doesn't just make you feel uneasy.
Yeah.
I feel those two make me very uncomfortable. They stress me out whenever they're on screen because
they stress me
because they are the big. I think they are the biggest threats to my two favorite characters so far, and I feel as if it's not just a threat to the throne, but like lives. Like I mean lives. Like I think they're. This show is starting to become very stressful because of these two characters.
Wait, more so than Allison?
Welcome to the world of Game of Thrones.
Allison, I don't mind her only because just her for her history with being friends with Rhaenyra. Like she does, but that lady, the
queen that never was.
Yeah, she's had beef with Rhaenyra from the very beginning, right? I mean, they've had their little passive-aggressive moments.
I wouldn't say they've had beef. I think there was tension.
Yeah, it was just like, okay, wait a minute. So I wasn't allowed to be the queen because I'm a woman, but yet you're going to be able to be the queen. I think, it's not tension. I think it's just sort of like a, as the Kiwis say, a bit of a tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah. So, yeah, those two.
Never heard that phrase.
I don't want to, I don't like the way I feel when those two are on screen.
All right, well, maybe you might be onto something. We'll see how that turns out. Question is for you guys. What happened? What did we miss?
Nothing. It's okay. I didn't have any opinions about it.
Oh, I'm Aaron. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Aaron.
It's just that you talk so much. I just assumed.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Well, you said
I'll condense it. I do have two thoughts. My number one thought is if Patty Considine does not win an Emmy for his incredible role in this, it will be a tragedy. If the makeup department does not win all of the awards for this, it will be a tragedy. And don't you just love how Damon goes from creepy predator uncle to like, get my wife's name out of your mouth, Will Smith saving the day, and just like the character arc that Damon has had on this show is so beautiful to watch from a storytelling perspective and from an acting perspective. I loved last night's episode. And one of the things also, there is a third part, not just holding on to the previous viewers, getting back the viewers that Game of Thrones lost, but also engaging new viewers.
Brand new audiences.
I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine on the way to work today, and she said, I never saw Game of Thrones. I said, here's the beautiful thing. You don't need to have seen Game of Thrones in order to start watching and fully enjoy House of the Dragon.
I thought you were going to say you dropped her off at the next corner.
I did. I was like, get out of my car.
Get out of my car.
That's why she's not here with me on set. But yes, thank you for letting me talk even more.
Something I should mention too. Over the weekend, I did like a live stream this weekend, and one of the viewers asked me, what do you think the chances are, over or under 30%, that Patty Considine wins an Oscar or wins an Emmy? And I said, I would say he's only got like a 5% chance of even being nominated. Because while I love him in this show, I feel like he's being, in a lot of the fans' eyes and viewers' eyes, he's being overshadowed by the things, people like the character. But after watching last night's episode, I'm like, no, he won't be denied. So no. I don't know about winning.
Hand him an Emmy.
I don't know about him winning, but I would be shocked if he doesn't get nominated.
Oh, for sure.
At this point. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What did you think about the new episode of House of the Dragon? And once again, don't forget, we will be doing our open spoiler discussion after show a little bit later today at 3 p.m. Los Angeles time. We hope you guys will come back and join us then. Hey guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Raycon. Now, you guys know I've been using Raycon as a part of my morning routine for a long time now. I love getting up, getting on my treadmill, pulling out my iPad and watching my favorite tech YouTubers like Linus Tech Tips, another good Canadian kid, by the way. And my Raycon wireless earbuds come through for me every time. Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever. With optimized gel tips with the perfect in-ear fit, these earbuds are so comfortable and they will not budge. Trust me. My Raycons give me 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery life. And one of the best things about Raycons is that they are priced just right. You get quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. It's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 50,000 five-star reviews. And when I'm on my treadmill, the earbud tap functions help me stay hands-free, and the noise isolation is fantastic. So guys, go to buyraycon.com today and use the promo code Campea15 to get 15% off your Raycon order. That's code Campea15 at buyraycon.com to score 15% off. Buyraycon.com, code Campea15.